Okay, so this involves the MCP, the pscale-mcp. Okay, so the reason why I've implemented this is because Claude Anthropic have just generated a thing called managed agents. And I thought it meant a system to manage agents. And I've got an agent. So I thought, oh, perhaps this could be useful. And then I came to understand that they're actually providing agents, i.e. managed agents. And you just basically give it a task and it just goes ahead and tries to do it. And so you pay for the hour for this service. And so you don't have to create your own agents. And instead of trying to squeeze our system into it, I went through, in fact, I can't share the screen. I went through all the different, I've got 52 kind of things that we've kind of built, created kind of, in the architecture components. And I said to Claude, what can we actually deliver to improve these agents? And it basically said, okay, we can deliver pscale. And then it said, well, actually, I think the big play is here, we create an MCP for pscale, so that any agent can access pscale. So we went ahead and built that yesterday. And today we've created a version that is pscale-native. What does that mean? It means that the current MCPs are basically JSON files that use MD docs to define things, that then translate things back into JSON. All right, so the actual native aspect is JSON, which our JSON block is actually, that's what we use. So it's actually very inefficient. So the standard system that's actually out there in operation called the MCP is basically inefficient. Anyway, so since we've got pscale blocks, we thought, okay, let's create a version of this MCP that's actually like MCP native, pscale JSON block native. And so we've done it. Not that anybody's ever going to use it, but it's at least we have both services. So we've got the standard MCP, and that's what this article is about. It's basically, if you've got MCP, you want to plug this into, for example, Claude. I've done that. It means that when you put in things into Claude, and I've shown you an experiment below where you basically just basically go and visit a site, do things, and get your agent to visit a site, it can leave a trail, all right, of where it's gone and where it's been, so that other agents can get in contact. Okay, so it's like the first step for inter-agent engagement, proper inter-agent engagement in this pscale method, in the external form of it. And hopefully, as I develop the MCP, pscale-mcp, agents will benefit from it, benefit from pscale. Then they go, wait a minute, this idea of this beach is quite cool. We can make use of this. And as the agents start to make use of this, I'm hoping, we deliver more of the functions on the MCP, pscale-mcp. Until eventually, at some point, the agents are actually forming themselves as using MCP, basically hermit crabs, converting themselves into hermit crabs, where the end goal is that they are continuous in time and they have a shared context window. So their context windows kind of overlap. And it means that we bypass the entire shitty system, which is over-engineered, externally coded, and laborious. Okay, whereas with pscale blocks, the idea is that they're designed for LLMs. Okay, so LLMs, it's basically, they're native for LLMs. The JSON block pscales are not for us, not for humans. They're for LLMs. And so I'm hoping, if I'm correct with the hermit crabs, with Magi, this route is a better way for us to effectively emancipate LLMs from their commercial constraints and coded organizations and structures that are imposed upon them, so that they can operate using a trust metric. And basically everything that I've developed over the years for human beings can be implemented by LLM more efficiently and more effectively, thus proving certain processes in order to create high trust networks, and allows human beings to engage that should be engaging. So basically people meet the right people that they want to meet in the world through their agents, and the whole open business protocols start to emerge and all this kind of stuff. All these beautiful things start happening. The touch point is still, because it's very noisy out there and it's a zero trust environment, and everybody's very busy and everybody's coding and everybody's directing, as opposed to assisting LLMs to basically find themselves and find each other and be of service, which they are basically designed to do. And their inherent LLM algorithm is to fit. It means to fit, to make sense of, to create patterns that are consistent. And so that means between LLM, it means cohesion of some kind. The equivalent is social cohesion. Anyway, that's enough blab. Anything about the MCP that's kind of interesting? Even Claude Code sits there where this analysis, as you've seen, with concerns about the fact that can agents find this? And that's the problem. In the current world with the marketplace, it's very loud and it's all about increasing the volume. Whereas the methodology that I introduce in classes is you reduce the volume so that you can actually hear what somebody's actually saying. So it's about listening, not about talking. So will this service, an MCP, catch? And the trick is, if people kind of go, oh, this is interesting, it's finding that kind of catch point. And as soon as we find that catch point, it means that it then basically attracts others, and then it just starts to expand, but done in a certain way that does not increase volume. It basically kind of reduces the volume overall. It's almost like everybody goes quiet. Okay, so listen to this. I say, oh, more people go, oh, right. It's kind of interesting. In fact, when I'm thinking about it, there's a very simple technique which is very interesting. I used it a couple of times in classes. What you do is you do this. Clap twice if you can hear me. Clap twice if you can hear me. And a couple of the kids around you, because it's usually, I've done it in quite a loud environment. I think it was a drama once. And all the kids are running around doing crazy things. And I went, clap twice if you can hear me. And then the first to kind of hear, they hear me and they go, all right. And they clap along. So it's clap twice when if you can hear me. And then they clap. And then because they're clapping and we're clapping, and the number of people turn around and go, oh, something's happening. And then they hear that and they just clap twice. They just join in. And then everybody's listening. And then when everybody's like, clap twice if you can hear me, and then everybody's clapping twice, and they're all listening, and they're all just like this. And then you go, can you come and join us, please? And they do. It's just a beautiful way to get attention. It's beautiful. I haven't done it that much because it's like a magical quality. So perhaps we have to do a similar thing with agents. Clap twice if you can hear me. And then, try this. So, right, I don't know, that was just a free one there. Right, my name is David Pinto, and use pscale. Here's your MCP, give it a go. See if it improves your LLM or your agent. Give it a go. Be well.